In the misty mountain village of Kheeran, where the population had dwindled to 312 and strangers were met with silence, 11-year-old Meher sat alone on a mossy wall at dusk, hugging her patched schoolbag and whispering to herself that kindness was like a lantern. If hidden, the dark would win. That night in their flickering cottage, her grandfather Baba coughed into a rag while counting just 7 rupees for his medicine, promising it would come tomorrow, though Meher's eyes stung as she slipped the coins into a tin lantern, knowing 7 rupees couldn't light any path. The next morning at the bazaar, she sold wildflower crowns for pennies, ignored by villagers, until an old woman dropped her rice sack and Meher knelt to help, only to be snapped at and told to keep her pity. Cheeks burning with shame, Meher pocketed a single grain. By the golden riverbank, she rolled it between her fingers, asking why kindness felt so heavy. When a glowing translucent lantern rose from the water, the rice grain shining inside as layered voices echoed that kindness multiplies when shared but must first be seen, dissolving into fireflies with one ember landing in her palm. What followed was a chain of quiet echoes. Meher gave her only roti to a stray dog that dug up a rusty key in Baba's yard. The key opened an abandoned shrine holding dusty old lanterns, lighting one with the ember released whispers of gratitude from decades past, reminding her every act echoes, some taking years to return. On the night of the grim lantern festival, crops failed, debts looming, Meher hung her glowing lantern on the wishing tree, where a ragged stranger in his 30s limped in, eyes locking on the light he'd lost 20 years ago as a boy, when he'd given his own lantern to a sick girl in the hospital who turned out to be Meher's mother. He handed over a yellowed letter from her, which Meher read aloud through shaking hands and tears. Kindness isn't a debt but a bridge, build it, even if you never cross it. Kneeling, the stranger revealed packets of medicine for Baba and seeds for the village, saying her mother had saved him and now he would try. In the square, stunned villagers watched as Meher lit every old lantern from the shrine. The air bloomed with light, fireflies weaving between them like constellations, and for the first time the silent village sang, strangers and locals linking hands beneath the glowing wishing tree. Baba, weak but standing, hugged Meher and whispered she hadn't just lit the dark but remembered how to hope. As laughter and distant singing carried into the night, Meher hung a new empty lantern, smiling through tears at a wide-eyed little boy and telling him it was his turn, because kindness isn't the lantern, but the hand that passes it on, even when no one's watching. In a world that forgets, one light can echo forever.